You coming in twice, Nicole? So she's
Yes,
trying to sound the.
Nicole is here. Yeah, Nicole is here. So I guess we'll just start while we wait for Ines and Benjamin. So yep. Hey, thanks everyone for coming to the meeting. So this is like the first ExCom meeting for this particular, how do you call this? term? Yeah.
Term.
Yes. And I just really wanted to.
Nicole doesn't hear us yet.
No.
I think Nicole can't hear us yet. Now, maybe.
Can you hear Nicole?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you. Oh, I can see
yes.
almost all of you.
Yes, we can see you as well. Bravo. Yes. So yes, thank you so much for all your time. And I guess for me this time, basically it's just to listen. Listen
Hi,
to
everyone.
what. Hello.
Hi,
This
Hassan.
is.
Hi.
Yay. Okay. Cool. We have more and more. Okay. So like Isan is on joining us as well. And yeah, I think this time basically my main job I would say is just to sort of to listen to, you know, where we stand, what are the issues that we still need to that are still pending that we need to resolve. And then I also have a question for each of you that I would like to ask, and I would like to know for the coming term what would be you know, the thing that you really want to do in your role, like for this particular role that you take up in the club. So that would be something that I would very much love to hear from you. And then the rest, I think I will have to give the floor back to Maria Teresa, yeah, or Lily. No, who would have the latest update in terms of where we stand in for the club?
I think we should go back and look at the minutes from the last meeting to see you were not copied on that because you were not yet in this committee, but maybe you go back and see what we still have to do or what we needed to discuss. I had a look at them this morning and I vaguely remember them, but maybe they're also fresh with Nicole, who prepared beautiful minutes.
Whoa, okay. So, but do you want to start with the with those that you remember, Maria Teresa?
Absolutely. Ordinarily, I think at the beginning of a committee meeting, you have to approve your minutes or discuss your minutes. I think the issues basically at the time were the AGM and Brigitte giving a report at some point to the membership. There was also an issue about the Zoom meetings and how we would continue. Do we do exclusively in person or do we also do Zoom? And also the Zoom account.
So yeah, the financial reports, we need to wait for Brigitte, but then basically is then the other part is about the Zoom or in-person meeting, the mode of the meeting, right? Where, what do we want to do for the coming year? And
excuse me, I think the last committee had decided we wouldn't have a summer break. We would continue to meet over the summer period.
Okay, continue to meet over the summer. And where do we stand in terms of this, like, you know, the status, the distinguished club or
I can fill you in on that, but that's not part of the minutes, but I can fill you in on that later. I was planning to give a report on all that stuff.
Okay. But are there any other thing that anyone else wants to discuss this time?
Sheila, there were two issues that we left for the new ExCom. One was the voting system by which we were not allowed to have what do you call them, Lily? Proxy. That we said leave to the, and the second issue was the, oh dear me,
the telephone, Nicole. Now you refresh my memory.
The telephone wasn't. Well, the telephone I got it now. So
and the Gmail account. That was the other
telephone account. No, but Maria Teresa, the biggest issue was the Alzheimer. The report that we have to write for our aims for the next year and so on and so forth.
That's the club success. That's the club success plan.
The club
Okay.
success plan, the famous club
Club.
success plan. We have decided we will leave it to the next XCOM.
Okay. Okay. Club success plan. Okay.
That comes up every year. The new committee should look at the club success plan and go through it and make a plan that the club commits to. And that's basically on the agenda at the beginning of every committee.
Okay, got it. So basically sort of set goals for the coming term, no? Coming year, what?
There's a 15-page document that you should go through.
Okay, okay. I'll take a look. And
Julia,
then,
do
but that,
do you want me to forward that to you?
yeah, sure. I mean, like, but this is more like the way that I understand it is that the objective for the club for this coming year, right?
True.
What do we want to achieve like for the
True.
coming year? Yeah, and actually for me personally, I also want to sort of know what each one of you wants to achieve for the coming year, sort of in your capacity, and see how, you know, we can fit everything together.
Well, that
Like-
would be in the club. There's a template you can download from Toastmasters International. I'll send that to you. Or should
Yeah,
I send
there
that-
is.
Or should I send that to the entire committee?
Yes, Maria
Yeah.
Teresa, that's the theory, but in practice, each of us might have specific aims.
Exactly.
No,
my,
I'm sending
yeah.
you. I'm sending you
that
a
framework.
I'm sending a template. It's completely blank.
Okay, yeah. But the template, like for example, for myself, like me, sort of as an example, I don't know about the template, but it's like one of the things that I say it in the speech, you know, that while I was competing for the presidency, is like, you know, I wanted to sort of to organize more meetings or improve, not in, sort of like to have more interaction and engagement between our clubs and other clubs in Vienna. And this is actually one thing that I really wanted to work on for this coming year. So that would be sort of like the personal goal, like, you know, that I set for myself for this coming year. And I wonder if any one of you would also have, you know, similar wishes, what you see that you want to do in your role, that, you know, that you want to achieve for the coming year. And that's more just for sharing purposes for us to know where we stand, or like how we move forward for the coming year. That's all. And for me, it would be good to know, because then I would try to see, you know, how best I can in my capacity to support you, also to have your wishes, you know, fulfilled. Or is that you would rather give some time to, this is another table topic question.
Hi there. Sorry.
Hi,
I could not
Ines.
connect.
Hi,
I could not
Ines.
connect. Hi.
Hi, Ines.
Ines,
Hi.
two of you.
Silla,
Is there, yes?
did you ask a question?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I was like the table topic master just now, and I want to throw a question to each one of us, you know, for today's meeting. Sort of like I know we need to work on this club success plan, you know, we need to set objective for the club for the coming year, but I also wanted to know if you would want to have any wishes or objective, you know, for your role in the club, in the X committee. Like, I know you are working on the membership, you know, are there particular wishes or goal that you want to see yourself in terms of sort of like, you know, in this particular aspect, like the membership area? Do you want to set a target, like, or, you know, or you just, what would be your wishes for the coming year?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Silla, Mrs. President.
No,
I know that we have been discussing the success plan, and I had put in some wishes already there in the draft, which is pending.
okay.
And I really hope that we will be able to work it out and to finalize the success plan. Having said that, I feel that I also need to find ways to activate the members, to motivate the members, and to get them to really see that they are the club. They are forming the activities which we really need to do on the basis of course, the program we have in Pathways, but it is not the executive committee who's doing the work. They are the ones who are doing the work. And we have to find a way to really wake them up.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, thanks, Ines. I think a lot of people struggle in terms of selecting the pathway or like starting, the pathways. And I think that's why Nicole's speech last week really like sort of, like really resonate with a lot of people. Like it is not the most user-friendly system, I guess, the pathway. So people the members might want to have a bit more information in terms of, what would be the best pathways to start, and also like to sort of to initiate like the speeches and all that. So maybe that's something that we can think about, how best to give a bit more information to them in terms of pathways, or like how best to do that, to get them more engaged.
As educational, as still in committee, as educational vice president, I'm going to present a report and I'm going to address that as well.
Sure. So when would you want to present this report? Like, Marie Teresa?
Well, in the course of the meeting, and I don't have to be, we're sort of just hashing out what we're discussing. But I mean, I think maybe everybody could. Are we still expecting Brigitte and Benjamin?
Benjamin would be joining at 12:30. He said that he's only like joining at 12:30 because he's involved in another meeting. But Brigitte, I don't know.
Should join us.
Yeah.
I'd rather wait with mine until everybody's here.
Brigitte is trying to come in. If I may, in the meantime, then I used to be in the past executive committee vice presidents for public relations, and this time it's Benjamin who is going to be past president for, who is going to be vice president for public relations. So I'm going to have to tell him what the role is supposed to mean and how we can follow up on what I started. Maybe I'm in the best position to do that.
That's great, Nicole. It's like mentorship, but
Well,
also like in terms of
my
this,
mentee, he's my evaluator. He's
exactly. Like, and there's now the handover. I think that's
now
perfect.
I'm handing it over to him so that I'm going to tell him what are the things that he might be supposed to do. There's one thing which I was not supposed to do and which might happen. I hope it happens, which has to do with the vice president for public relations. That's the club day. Because I think the club day should be the responsibility of the vice presidents for public relations. It's about the same only thing that we have with the limited public that we have. In the last 2 or 3 years, well, 3 years, the last 3 years, we didn't have a club day. So, but apart from that, is going to have to deal with Facebook, website, VIC and all the little instruments that we have to
the social media, basically. Yeah.
Public at large. So he's going to have to. As far as I'm concerned, yes.
Did you get a handover from Gordana as what you're supposed to be doing?
No, now that next. Gordana has given me the telephone. So I have the telephone with the telephone number, and that is what gives access to the Gmail account.
Okay.
With the Gmail account is that when you link to the Gmail account for the first time, there's a double security, so that you have to get a code from the phone, and the phone that was Gordana who I did. Now I have it. So anybody who wants to connect to that Gmail account has to go through me. So he's got to call me so that when I get the code, and I can give the code right away. Once you have the code and you stay on this, if I'm not mistaken. If you stay on the same computer, you don't have to give the code every time. Once
Yeah,
you
yeah, yes, yeah.
And what I'm going to do in my new role as secretary is I'm going to write a report every time.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to take care of the Gmail account. The Gmail account is the account where we receive all the requests from outside people who want to either join or attend a meeting, and to check that regularly.
Hi, Brigitte.
And then
Sorry
Hi,
for
Brigitte.
being
No worries.
reorient it to Ines or to Maria Teresa and send them the requests. And I'm going to also clean the account regularly and so on and so forth. That I'm our two major aims. If I have other functions or other tasks as a secretary, then I'll have to have a look at it. But basically, that's what my aims are. If that's what you wanted to know, that's what my two aims are.
Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, I just wanted to see, we have the club success plan, but I also want to make sure that everyone is also, while we try our best to deliver that as a team, but each one of us also, get our individual wishes and goal also like achieved. That's the best way to do it, I guess. And so, yeah, the club day, I was just wondering, sorry, and then I actually would give it the floor to Brigitte for the financial report, to whom we can check whether the club day is happening or not.
That would be the VIC rec.
Okay.
And that usually happens, my recollection is it usually happens in the winter time.
Okay, so but Benjamin would need to check with them to see whether it is happening this year, right?
Yeah.
Then, okay. Thanks, Maria Teresa. And yeah,
but I think the VIC rec always send an email to the responsible persons of the VIC clubs, and then I mean a few weeks in advance. Maybe
Yes,
we get an
correct.
email. We get an email. Yeah.
Yeah, to
okay.
the list of the names, which was going to be updated. I don't know, has it been updated now? Because it was
No,
a committee from
no,
2 or
I
3
checked
years
it-
ago on
I
there.
checked
That
it
was my
this morning
question,
and it
yeah.
hasn't been updated.
Yeah, so that first has to be updated so that the right people get the information.
How can we update this list then?
You send the list to the person whose name is on the admin. It used to be Tom Breedy.
Okay.
You go to the
and-
VIC rec and there's a place at the bottom where you send the emails. I used to do it, but Brigitte maybe did it once, and I don't know who did it
Okay.
last time. Hasn't been done for a couple of years.
Yes, because go to the website, to the VIC rec website, Silla, you'll see all the clubs there, and you'll see our club, and you'll see how outdated it is.
Yeah.
As I looked at it this morning. Tom was down as president and Victoria as educational vice president. So that shows you how old it is.
Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, I send the list. I can see because the list that we have on EC Speak, that is updated, right? Everything is there. Like all the new information is there. So yeah, I will then do the same for the VIC, like that one, and hopefully then they would let us know and get in touch with us about the club day.
Silla,
And
excuse me, just a comment. There are a couple of people that are on the executive committee that are not formally part of the committee. People like Lily and Aishan and Ria. So you wouldn't have to specify them. You would mainly have to specify the main members of the committee.
Yeah, on Easy Speak, they're marked in dark blue, and the support people are just in light black.
Okay, got it. Yep. Thanks for that clarification. And so then should we go to Brigitte or
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
That's
can.
fine. That's good.
We can hear you and we can see you.
You cannot see me?
Yeah, you can see.
I can see you. We can see you.
Good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I would like to share the screen so that you can see the financial report and also the accounting, how I'm doing it. Is this fine for you? Okay. So I hope I can manage. Share screen. I share now this one. Okay, share.
Yeah, it's showing. Yes, we can see it.
See something. Okay, good. or maybe, yeah, this is the overview of last year's report. It means 1st of July 2021 to 30th of June 2022. I have selected a date. In this report, we have these two major, it's split into 3 parts. The first part is the income of the club within the year. I have to say there are certain categories already predefined on this financial report, and one can a little bit modify it. Like, for example, I also have this category donations, piggy bank, and so on. And also one part with the expenditures. And then at the end, there is a comparison about the fund we had at the beginning of the period. That means we do not have cash, we only have the money on the bank account. So this was the asset at the beginning, and then adding and deducting all income and expenditures during the year, we have then the final fund by the end of the period. Just to show you how I come to these figures. We have the category membership fees. This is what we receive really as membership fee. That means it's €8 per month and member.
Yeah.
We have also the category installation fees. Whenever we have a new member, which was not yet a Toastmasters member before in another club, then we charge €30 installation fee, only for new members. And then I have this category income from special events, when we have meetings, or for example, in our case now, when we had our dinner, not our dinner, our end of the year lunch, this luncheon in Arc Hotel. So what the members paid as contribution is, for example, in this year, I will come back to it a little bit later. And the expenditures consists of membership fees paid to Toastmasters International. I should switch to what I have here as details. Maybe you can see it easier. Yeah, the income was
for the special event.
That is €15 and 26 participated at Arc Hotel Luncheon. So we had an income of special event of €390. I come back later to the expenses. For the membership fee, I mentioned already, income from membership fee is €8 per month. We have to pay to Toastmasters International $7.50 per month. And so that means we keep a small amount for the club, but these $7.50 always depend on the exchange rate. So as you can see, now we have, it's almost the same exchange rate, dollar and euros. So from our monthly membership fee income from the €8, we pay $7.50 to Toastmasters International. So that means almost nothing stays for the club. From the installation fee, we charge for new members only once when they join the club, this €30 installation fee, but we have to pay to Toastmasters International $20 also. Again, the amount we have to transfer depends on the exchange rate, so it's never the same amount. This explains or can show you why we have as expenditures not, I mean, if you divide this by €8, then you know exactly how many months are paid, and also divided by 30, you can conclude on the number of new members we had. But this amount, the expenses to Toastmasters International, I show you later on the real on our real accounting records, what it is. But just a brief explanation. we also have for the expenses the category educational material, other materials. So
Yeah.
this category, when we buy something for the club, either for Toastmasters International or something for our meetings, and quite an amount are the bank charges, because on a quarterly basis we have to pay to Bank Austria.
Yeah. That's the
And
administrator. Yes.
Costs for social events. In this case, we had expenses this year of 947 euros. That means we had expenses in September 2021 for the Heurigen, which was hosted by the club in September.
Yeah.
I got from Melanie the invoice, 290 euros. And Park Hotel, we paid, inclusive the tips, 337. But we paid this, but we had an income of 390. So our total costs for this, let's say, special events was not really 900 and what did I have? 947, because if you deduct the income from special events, so our cost is. This is still old, because this was cleared the piggy bank and also registration of new member. I will later. So all the income we had last year, 3,502 euros income. We spent 3,870.34 euros. That means we have actually a deficit of 368 euros. I have to add, I must correct this, because Ina sent me an email.
Yeah.
Oh, I switched to the screen so that you know what I'm talking about in details. So this is how I keep the records. If I go to the beginning of this year, so these were the totals from last year. Starting, we had the first bookings 10th of October. I always have this column.
I still see your Excel sheet.
This is my Excel sheet, how I keep the Toastmasters account. So all the records. I always have the booking date, because everything goes through the Toastmasters bank account. So that means if I take a cash payment, then I pay it to the bank account and get then one booking on our bank account statements. Or if because all the payments to Toastmasters International have to be done by Visa card. We do not have a Visa card for the club, so I do it through my private Visa card. And when I get,
Brigitte, I think you were trying to show us another table. We still only see the overview.
Okay, sorry, I should share the other. I'm sorry, I have to share the other one. Hold on.
If you stop sharing and go back into that table, it's probably easier.
Okay, let me see. I have to do now unshare or whatever.
Yeah, unshare and then click into the table that you want to share and then share it.
On new share. I can share a second one as well. Okay, but I don't know if it works. Share. Can you see now the new one?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Super. Okay, sorry for the confusion. So, I mean, this is my Excel sheet. I can show you, it goes back to the very beginning of our bank account to 2005. So we have all the information on our income and expenses. So if I make on a yearly basis, then the subtotals for the financial report. Oops, now. If I start, and I have to say the financial year is always officially 1st of July until 30th of June, but sometimes we we have it. I have it until end of July. If it requires that some bookings still belong to the previous year, and then as it's only an internal or a financial report shared with VIC and not with Toastmasters International, it's not that problem if the financial year has 1 month in addition. So, okay, so let's start just to explain how it is. These were the totals from the previous financial report, which I can show you then on the other sheet again. And this is how I create now the categories. We have, this is always the booking date from the bank account statement. I also list exactly the number of the bank account statement so that it's for review easier to see where I take these figures from and what the official booking is on the bank account statement. So we have from year 2021, statement number 8, and here it's always, if I have several pages, I also indicate the page on which page you find these bookings. I have certain categories for membership fees. I always indicate membership fees for the period. I have, I can show you the different categories, which I have from the beginning already, but mainly the special events. Then I have this category of the special event, like there were conferences, then all these membership fees for the different periods. We have the category piggy bank, I witchcraft things, Toastmasters materials, TMI refunds, then TMI registrations. Renewals means when I transfer the money back to my account. I have all these in hard copies as well, so that you can see exactly how much I paid, what was the Visa bill, and what is the transfer. So I also have categories: bank account, we have for our separate board, and so on. And so on.
Very, very, very detailed.
These are the categories.
Yeah.
Then I always
give,
the details, what was really going on, and the expenditure. The black ones are income, and the expenditures are in red. Here I create, this is the totals. I always add the next line or subtract it. And these are my categories for the financial report also. These are the incomes. I have the category membership, installation fee, all these special events, conferences, and the totals. These are then always the totals of the income. And for the expenditures, we have the renewals. This is what we pay to Toastmasters International, Criterion, bank charges, and so on. So if we go through last year, you can see here we have membership fees. I also have to mention, it makes it a bit difficult, and I still do not know how we should deal with this, because sometimes we have membership fees, they are overlapping our financial year, because if somebody joins the club, let's say in June, and pays the membership until end of September, I mean, I book it in June, but actually part of it would belong to the next financial year. So I keep the accounts as Einnahmen, Ausgabenrechnung. So depending on when the payment is done, so belongs to the year. So we have the membership fees. I got 46 in this case, because there was a membership fee for August and September, plus installation fee, like Alma paid in August last year. So I split, she paid 46. I split it in membership fee and installation fee, and so on. So it's very new, what I paid.
What is, you started with saying there is something that Ines brought to your attention. What was that particular issue?
Okay. We received in April, where is it? We received 11th of April membership fee from Navas Roy. she paid 38 euros.
A new
But she's
member.
not registered
Yeah.
because
She wanted.
April,
Mhm.
I mean, she did not pay, she was supposed to pay installation fee and membership fee, but joining in April, let's assume we registered her not in April, but for May, she also should have paid May, June, July, August, September, 5 months membership fee plus installation fee. That would be 40 plus 30 euros.
78,
So,
yeah.
it was a long discussion. Ines sent several emails to her. She was then abroad and did not react on the latest emails. So this amount, the 38 I have here as income from membership fee, but as Ines mentioned in her email yesterday or the day before yesterday, I will retransfer this amount to her because I mean, we cannot register her without having the complete membership fee. So yeah, so and these 38 euros are still included in the financial report as income. We have no expenses for it because it was not registered, so no payment to TMI, but we still have the income. So I would do it today or tomorrow by the latest, that I make the bank transfer to pay back the 38 euros. And I also will correct the financial report by reducing our income from membership fee by these 38 euros.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, thank you. This is like, I guess this is the busiest time for you, right? Preparing all this like report. This is really elaborate. Thanks for
yeah, it depends. I mean, the busier time is when we get the membership fee payments because or when there is an event but to tell you, I keep the accounts, I do the transfers, I make the hard copy printouts, but this data sheet I always update from time to time with the bank account statements. So if I would do it right away on the same day, then it would be okay.
No, that's like, but this is a lot of work already that you are doing for the club. Thank you. I have two questions, just mainly. So, you know, we have this particular deficit for this coming year. Like, so according to your experience, is this where we stand now? Is it normal? Like, or how do we, you know, stand compared with the previous years? So that's the first one. And the second one is, do we have to pay Toastmaster International in dollars in that particular sum? Is that one fixed?
Yes. I can show you, I switch to the other screen. So that you can see the other financial reports. Let me try to, okay, how shall I do this now? You are sharing, stop sharing. And now I share, but I had a second one. This was the one. Okay, share. Okay, yeah. First question, you said, do we have to pay this fixed amount to TMI? Yes, in the past it was less from time to time, but I think Nicole knows exactly the details about Toastmasters International, how they did in the past. I mean, from time to time, they send out this information that they increase the membership fee. And whenever a person is registered with Toastmasters International, and I go to the TMI webpage and the pay dues, it's the amount is automatically prompted. So I have the person and I see the dollar amount I have to pay, except for new registered members. Then the only very first time I can select the months as of which the membership will begin. But this currently $7.50 as membership fee, and the $20 for new members, this is fixed by Toastmasters International. The second question was concerning our deficit So this is the financial report from 2022. So this year, I mean, we will have then even even a bit more deficit by 38 euros, because if I remove
Yeah.
38 from
Yes, the
so it
income.
will be a
Yeah.
bit- but we will
Will
have
be
about
400 something.
about 400 something.
Yeah.
Okay, this is now, I switch now to the financial report from the year before. You see, here I start with 1st of August because there were some bookings still in July which belong to the period. But there's no gap in between, it's always continuous. If I end one report, the next one you will see, because this one ended 31st of July, so I start with 1st of August, even if maybe the first bookings are in September, but just to have no overlap and no gaps between the periods. So this was the previous period. The previous period we had also deficit, but only 153. Because there were several social events, social meeting costs. Yeah, I also did not mention here, we did not have the Zoom meeting costs because we paid it the year before, but in this period, 20 to 2021, bank charges, social events and meeting costs. I have here
Virtually nothing, huh? Yeah.
Meetings we paid 404 euros. Then there were this, I also put into this category meeting cost social events. There were the chocolates which were distributed for Christmas, and there was a financial support to the Vienna Toastmasters network. So see then the details again in the other Excel sheet. So where the club agreed that we pay 100 euros as support for, I think,
that's right.
Was this the,
Yeah.
I can't remember now exactly what they did. So, but I think it was a support of a newly established
Club.
Yeah. So that means these were.
I think in Prague.
Yeah, I think yes, I
Prague.
think that there was discussion about that. So yeah, I mean, I felt like on first glance, it's not like, you know, we are big spenders, right? It's not like, you know, we spend a lot of money and like, and that's, it is the main thing where I see why the deficit, you know, is also because the membership, the exchange rate, basically, the exchange rate fluctuation and the fact that we have to pay 7.5 to Toastmaster International.
But
you know,
I can show you backwards. This was 2019 bis 2020. Yeah, here was also a deficit, I think.
Okay.
Was Sunil's period, there were special, here did not yet prepare the details, but we have the details on the other sheet. There were many events when we had these parties in F10. So
yeah, sure. So yeah, it happened before, right? Basically, this is like
But we had times where we this was also special events 2018, but where is it now? Going back 17 to 18. This was also shrinking.
But I have a question. I have a question. Brigitte, with the inflation we are having at the moment worldwide, and also what we can expect that TMI may also come back to us and increase some other costs, because they have renewed their websites, they have, you know, they have just gassed up quite a lot in the organization. So do you expect that we should be prepared for that, and what can we do? Just a question to Sela and to you and to the committee, of course.
I mean, the last increase they had in the membership fee, I can't remember now exactly the year. We did not take over. We kept our membership fee the same as we had in the past, because we had a lot of money. You can see still in August, still in from 2015 to 2016, we still made a plus of 840 euros. So, and you can see the other one is on another sheet. Okay, I can provide you the year before. I mean, we had 6,000 euros in the past, but then we also bought the computer. We spent a bit more money.
Telephone.
But it was a policy from ours, if I remember very well, that the ExCom had said we had too much money on the account, and we had to spend it.
Yeah.
So that's also something we did on purpose. And the reason why we didn't increase, because I remember that very well, the reason why we didn't increase the fees was because precisely we had enough money, and we thought that we didn't need to increase the fees, in particular because we get our meeting place free of charge, which is not the case for other clubs outside.
I see.
So,
Okay.
That was a deliberate policy on our part so far.
Yeah, cool. But it's like, so cumulatively now speaking, do we have still the deficit can be covered by the surplus that we got over the previous years, right? So we actually don't have a cash
We
flow.
still have all the 3,000, huh?
Yeah.
3,100. I mean, here we have to deduct this 38, so that means we have 3,000. What 8 something? A bit over 3,000 will be have when I take this back transfer of this 38 membership fee into consideration. And what we still not get, I send it. I almost forgot about it to Melanie. There was what is this material, Toastmasters material, and there was this, I don't know if it was a promise or it was...
we got 50 US dollars.
We still did not receive, so so we would, whenever they pay it, and if they pay it, I don't know, it was in 2021 already, so but not yet received this 50 euros from Toast. I don't know who pays it, Toastmasters International, or I think TMI should pay it.
Okay.
Brigitte, I promised Melanie, because she mentioned this to me, I'm going to follow up on this. I think it's the district that's going to give us the money, but I'm not positive, but I'm going to follow up on that next week or this week.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, super. Thank you so much. I am really sorry, but I would have to leave at 1 because I've got another meeting. So we have about 8 minutes. I just want to
just
give
one sentence, if I may. But on this question about the membership fee, for sure, we can decide and say, because now the exchange rate is almost the same, maybe we increase our membership fee. Currently, if we have this 3,000, it depends what we are planning to spend. And also, we will have next year again this, in the coming year, if we continue with Zoom meetings, the cost for the Zoom meetings, which we did not have in the past. So,
you know, it's like a saving also for the club members. So the money is being spent on them.
So that's good. Yeah, we can park it. Maybe this is something that we can sort of discuss a bit more in depth next time. But definitely that's an idea that we should take it, you know, we should consider. Because I mean, it doesn't make sense if we are losing money, right? Collecting the membership fee and then giving more to TMI. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but the thing is that the club, according to VIC Reg, clubs are not supposed to make profits. So we have to keep the amount in the bank.
The deficit is because we spent extra on social events, which we were doing on purpose to cover the excess that we had, because a non-profit with 5,000 balance is too high. So now we're 3,000 is about right. It even covers the annual budget. I think that's perfect if we just stay at that level and don't spend all of this excess on the social events, but cover costs. And you need to decide about the Zoom account. I wouldn't have even attended this meeting. Luckily, I saw, and I'm the host. You wouldn't have been able to have a meeting because the club doesn't have a Zoom account. So you need to decide what to do about Zoom as well.
Okay, thanks, Lily.
I have two very small technical questions for Brigitte. It's details, but I see that on the expenses side, you indicate a amounts that are very low, like postal fee, €1, or card management, €2. But on the income side, I don't see anything on the, okay, under interest income, no matter how low they are, and under the piggy box, because there is money in the piggy box. And that's money that we use at the end, we used to use at the end of the year to cover some, you know, buying cakes and things like that for the end of the year party. So
I can show you the previous year. So I sent an email to Rina so that we could include it. Now there's only a little bit in the
Piggyback.
Yeah. In the previous year, when there was this COVID, there was also where is it now? Let me have a look.
We hardly met, so
Yeah.
in the meeting room, so that will also have an impact on the how thick the piggy would be.
I show you the.
Oh, yeah, the piggy bank does not have that much money, because last time when we emptied, it was full. Now and we had it. I don't know. We got some money.
yeah, but you
this
see,
time,
last year
before
I
the
didn't
virtual
see anything
meeting,
last
so
year.
little, so little.
There was nothing, because there were only these online meetings, because they kept in the meeting room, so it's like
it's like we kind of asked the ops, right? Like I have 17 last meeting, but it was online, so I never really get a chance to pay the money. So I guess
Yeah, but again, when for instance, Rina, when you empty the piggy box, then maybe you should tell Brigitte so that comes into.
No, we go together to the bank to empty it.
Okay.
I can
And
go
also the
together to
interest
the bank.
income, because I don't see any interest income this year, but I didn't see when you showed the one last year, I didn't see anything on there. I know
there
it's
is no
minimal,
interest.
considering, I mean, it must be a few euros, like €5 or something. But since we put under expenses which are very low, I think we should also put under incomes that are even under €10, but still their income. See what-
There's
sure.
everything. I have unfortunately I can show you. Just hold on a second.
Yeah. Oh, so
We should give Brigitte a big hand, really.
yeah,
This is
She's
a lot
definitely.
of
doing
work.
a great job.
The
I'm not
accounting is a lot of
contesting
work.
anything there.
Really.
I have to stop sharing that you can see my screen, isn't it? You don't see me at the moment, or?
Yeah, we
No,
see.
you.
we see both. We see both. We
okay,
see
okay,
you and the
Yeah.
screen.
Okay.
Right. So yeah.
I can show you, for example, this is the last bank account statement I have. And because the postal fee is €1, I don't have it every quarter, because if I want to print the bank account statement and it has more than, I don't know exactly 20 pages, I only get this information like here. Cannot be printed. Where is it? I don't have it now. Yeah, this is too long. And then I get a pile. I mean, I was complaining already. They send it then to me, the printed version. Where's the camera? And I pay €1 even they send it within the house. I don't get it. I get it with the internal mail. And this is now the last bank account statement. Mama, I'm sorry. Sorry, I just tell her I call back. Mutti kann jetzt nicht, ich rufe zurück. Tschüss. My mom. This is exactly.
We can't see that, but it's, we believe you. We believe you.
Yeah, no, because they deducted €1 postal fee and they turned over. This is for the turnover dependent fee or for maintaining the account. This was last quarter 23.50. Then they have these regular booking fees, 25, and the price for the card. They do not give us any interest. So, but good that you mention it, because we have a plus. We should, even if they pay just 0.001, then there should be maybe
€2.
50 cents or something. I don't know.
We're down to the cent. But it's amazing that the club got all this money from before, so that now, even if we run into deficit, that's not
But
really a
I'm
big
wondering
concern.
why we don't get interest. So I share.
Yeah. Yes, like incredible, Brigitte. So I'm really sorry, ladies, but and Isan as well. Isan, like I think he's here, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You haven't spoken at all, so I thought that like maybe just to give you the chance also to speak a little bit, and I might actually was thinking maybe I can work with you and Lily about the Zoom account. How best
Sure.
like should we go about it?
Uh,
Yeah.
Sila, just for shortly, because you are also in a shortage of time, you want to go for your meeting. So I'm open and I'm at the disposal of the club to, if there is any pending task for the IT related tasks, because this week is my break in service, so I have more time to facilitate and do the pending tasks. So please feel
Okay.
free and contact me for any, But also in meantime, I want to really say thank you to Birgitte, because she had performed like a really great financial analyst.
Great.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It was really great.
Incredible.
I was just puzzled, to be
Fantastic.
honest.
Mhm.
No, incredible. This is really like.
But for Nicole, if she looks at the screen, I selected now what we have as piggy bank. So the last booking was 2019 when we emptied it. It was 41 was missing. So this is always this cash deposit. We had
But
it
it's amazing the number of mistakes that we make, over the I mean, when we talk. The number,
No, but if only I can have the Excel sheet for my personal finance. I mean, that would be incredible.
It was actually created by Alois, so I just took over. So he invented this Excel sheet. So
okay, super. So yeah,
I did these categories because then it was easier for me to actually to extract the data. But this is piggy bank. So 29 was the last one.
Before we leave, Sila, I have a question which I think is important, or a remark which I think is important, is that Brigitte, you've done a very good job. I think it would be worth presenting the financial report to the club at large, for the simple reason that we don't have to go into so much detail. We would just present the basics. For two reasons: in order to show them how much we have on the bank account, and to explain why we might increase in the future the fee, why we didn't increase the fee. So to tell them that their money is well spent, and to explain what could come in the future. You see what I mean? So to keep them informed, because after all, it's their money. But we don't have to go into details, the way we did between us. But have them informed. Because otherwise, one day we tell them, "Oh, you're going to have to pay more," and they're going to go, "Well, why?" You know that we didn't increase when those multinational increased, and that's important.
One thing I wanted in connection with this, I wanted to mention to you, I forgot in the beginning, Sila, to mention this to you. I would like to have it with the members who we have, especially the new ones, an individual interview. Whereby I would be looking at a couple of issues, including payments. And of course, I will share this with you once I have conducted it and have seen the results of these interviews, because I keep telling them also when I meet them, you're paying so much, which I'm saying, or you're paying for 6 months, and you are not really using the facilities which are being offered, because it's also, it should be actually they should be made aware that should be money well spent. And I'm just looking in the possibility to have with each of one an interview on a couple of things.
Great. Yeah, we'll look forward to your report. Thanks for that. I'm just really sorry that I have to leave, but there are no. I also have been taking some notes. There are a number of issues that we'll need to look into later. But I also might come to you, each of you individually later afterwards, just to see if there are specific issues that we need to look into a bit more in detail, so that next time, by the time when we have another X committee, like, yeah, I mean, I would be a bit better prepared, because I know like time is really limited. We meet once a month for 1 hour to discuss the club matters, but it seems like there are lots of things that we want to do, ideas floating around, and I think this is great, because then that means that would keep us very busy for the coming year. Like, so
I saw that there were no
so
meetings
much.
in Easy Speak yet, so we.
No, that's intentional, because I wanted to hear the decision of the committee. We're going to have one in-person meeting and one online meeting, and then that's going to stay the same.
I think, yeah, it stays the same now, but we can go in a bit more in-depth discussion maybe next time, in case that's what but I think for the time being, we'll just keep it as it is. Operationally, the Zoom account issue still needs to be fixed, because I also don't want to tie up Lily. I mean, that sort of arrangement, how best should we go about it? Just one last thing to share. I was attending another club in Vienna this week for the in-person meeting, and I find it also quite interesting. This one is the Vienna Speakers Club, because I got to know Alex through the contest. So, and I was just joining them for their meeting, and they have quite an interesting setup whereby the first part is their prepared speech. The venue is like behind a restaurant, basically in the 10th district. And so, they have the restaurant, and behind they have a huge stage room where they can have the meeting. First part is the prepared speech, and they've got 3 prepared speech actually that night when I joined. And then they take a break about like 30 minutes or so for people to have a drink and to have some food. And if you want to have food, you should order it the moment that you arrive, which is like they start at 6:30 in the evening. Then after the half an hour, sort of a break hour, like drinks, and then they have the table topic. And basically that evening was also like almost everyone was speaking up for the table topic, and that, I think that's also quite an interesting setup, whereby that I just felt like maybe it can be something that we do for our in-person meeting as well, in case one day we want to jazz it up. And plus, together we have done this as well, like the social event at the Holigan. So just a report back to to the X committee as well. And I'm hoping I talk to them as well and see maybe there can be some sort of collaboration or crossover between the different clubs, particularly if we are keeping it online, because they are doing it only in person now, and they are meeting twice a month. But for us, if we are having online meeting, that might make it easier for members from other clubs also, like just to join us and to have a bit of mix and match. So that's just an idea. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, and I'm really, really sorry I've got to go now, but
okay, thank you.
I see each one of you, like in VIC or like online. So, oh, and one more thing, I'm really sorry also, next Tuesday I won't be able to attend the meeting in person. I'm really sorry, like my dad is in town and I would be traveling with him a little bit for a long weekend. Oh, I won't be in Vienna for next Tuesday. So unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to the in-person meeting. So, but I'm sure we'll all have fun, and we're in good hands. So yes, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sila.
Thank you, Sila.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a lovely day. Cheers.
Everybody say goodbye. Lily, Benjamin never showed up, huh?
Benjamin was supposed to arrive late, but he didn't show up at all.
He didn't show up. Lily, are you still there?
Yeah, if I wasn't here, you wouldn't have a meeting.
Okay, well, are you still here? My question, do executive committee members have access, all of them, to Leadership Central in Toastmasters International?
Yeah.
No, only the official members, not the additional members.
Okay, but that means membership or treasurer or secretary, they all can access Leadership Central.
Used to be, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And what do we do to access to that place?
You log in and confirm your password.
Actually, Nicole, as secretary, if the president or the vice president education could not submit the education awards, you could also do that as secretary.
exactly. You've got the pathways access for all the members.
Oh, you're talking about, wait a second. You're talking
TMI.
about pathways? You're talking about pathways. Okay.
No, talking about Toastmasters International.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple of things. I've updated, at least on Toastmasters International, all the club officers. I've also updated on Easy Speak, and we have managed distinguish this year for our club. And not many thanks to Nicole, who we never would have managed a level 5 until the end of June. And I understand you have also in your household an outstanding member. Does anybody read the Toastmasters newsletter from the district?
Okay,
sometimes,
I haven't
yes,
read it
not
for
always.
ages.
Okay, Nicole's husband is mentioned as having brought a friend to a Toastmaster meeting, and
Oh,
he's
really?
gotten official recognition.
It didn't even tell me, you see.
You probably
didn't
didn't read
tell
it.
No, it didn't.
And you didn't read the newsletter.
And I didn't read the newsletter.
Okay, I maybe, well, okay, not to worry, not to worry.
Okay, no,
Anyway,
but I'll go back to just something I have to do. Go back to, so you say Toastmasters International, the leadership side, where if I enter with my password, they know automatically that I am in the XCOM. So I don't
Yeah,
have to do
and then you
anything.
click on Club Central, and then you've got access to the
Okay.
other stuff.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
good.
May I just one question, Nicole? What do you? Maybe we can talk about it too. In which format I should present it to the members? This financial.
Well, I think that what you first showed us, the
Yeah,
The overview, the ins and outs.
yeah,
Okay,
very
and then
summarized,
but
very
I think that's
summarized.
enough. That summary is
Yeah,
enough. I mean,
yeah.
they don't have to know the details. I
Yeah,
don't think they would
they
be
should
interested
know.
anyway.
Mm.
okay.
But just and be prepared to, if some have a question about, that's also the reason why I asked about the fact that under interest fee, piggy box, most of them don't
Okay.
even know what it is, but the interest fee, why there isn't anything. Well, it's quite simple anyway. You're right. It would be a question of cents.
Yeah,
But it's not fair that even, you know, when they charge even if it's 50 cents, they charge.
Yeah.
So if they owe us 50 cents, then they should give us 50 cents.
Yeah.
No, I don't see why it should go one way.
Yeah. I really should check. Maybe it has to go with because we have a business account and
Oh, okay.
Yes.
A different.
so I don't know. I have to ask why. So, but
Why we don't get anything?
why we don't. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Good.
So that means I prepare, as I did here, maybe a bit more extensive summary sheet just to explain the total.
No, but that's enough. That one is
That's
enough. I
that
think.
one is enough.
absolutely fine.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Brigitte, one other thing. Have you submitted this already to the VIC rec?
This one not yet, and also the one because I need an audit for it. So I mean, I could submit it and submit then the audited version. In the past, it was done. Otto did it, then Thomas, Pauls did it, the audit, and so for different years, it should not be an Execom member, and then because there is. You know, based on the statement is certified correct, so an auditor should sign. We have it. I don't know if I don't have the scanned version here. No, I have it in separate as PDF. The others where I have this second thing, but I can submit it in the meantime. The one from 2020 to 2021 and this year's, because this one I should have submitted in. January, I think.
Dear colleagues, I just
Yeah.
leave the meeting.
Jason had one question, but I don't know which one.
No, I just want to leave because 1:30 I have a meeting, another
Okay.
meeting. So I
Yeah.
just want to.
Hey,
wish you
Ishan.
bye.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishan. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, so that's what so that means I make this detail sheet to each of them, and then I can show the financial report as it is, and then just some information on the details for the what what were the expenses for certain categories.
I
I think
would
it's
say,
enough.
Brigitte, for the members, what is important is that they realize how much we have of the account and how much of the €8 are paid back to New York. Well, I don't see why I say New York, to the United States.
Yeah.
And so that they realize that we have very, very little that is left to the club. And
Yeah.
the reason is that we have not increased the fee for, you might remember how many years, but I think it's 10 years. It's I don't know, for me, it's like forever that we've had that amount. And that is very important that they understand
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's an excellent point, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get a report from me
Yeah.
today,
Okay.
otherwise I will forget what we talked about.
So that means I have to find out from TMI when they increased actually their membership fee last time.
They increased at least twice or 3 times since I was a member, because I remember the discussion came up. It used to be €6. I don't know if there was something between 6 and the 750.
Yeah.
And I decided not to raise it because the exchange rate was favorable to us. And so we stayed at what it was, and at €8, and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's when you were president then, Lily?
Yeah, yeah.
And so when was that?
I don't know whether it was the first time or the second time. I was president 12 to 13, and I think 17 to 18 or 16 to 17, something like that.
But I can find out from the
Some easy
document
speech,
what
yeah.
I paid to TMI, because then I see
yeah.
what is the dollar.
Exactly.
I still have all these
Yeah,
these
yeah.
documents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thanks for your advice. Then I will do it like this. And
Yeah. Thank you so much, Brigitte. Really.
Absolutely. And
amazing.
Brigitte, we're so lucky to have such a
Thank you.
conscientious, dedicated
Yeah.
treasurer.
It's okay. But I'm sorry that I did not yet present it in front of the members, and also to you. I always said I will present it. But then, yeah. So it's and I have all these folders in hard copy, so where you really have then this additional information, what all the documentation.
Jetzt ruft die Mama an.
Ja, die muss ich. Ah ja, jetzt muss ich sie anrufen, weil sie hat mittlerweile schon 3-mal angerufen.
Die arme Mama.
Sorry. Okay, so I
see you.
Okay.
stop sharing
All the
and
best.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
thank you.
Bye.
Next
Bye.
week.
See you.